Hey guys, today we'll learn about the historical background of our polity static series. So, if we look at the historical background, it's divided into two parts: company rule and then crown rule. Company rule is from 1773 to 1858, and then crown rule is from 1858, that is after the Great Revolt, to till the independence 1947. So the company rule, during which two important kind of act were there. One is regulating act and the other one is charter act. In the regulating act we had two acts. One is regulating act 1773 and then Pitt's India Act 1784. Then among the charter act 1833 and 53 were very important ones. And during the crown rule we had ICA, that is Indian Council Act, and also Government of India Act. ICA Act was enacted during 1861, 92 and 1909, and Government of India Act was enacted in 1858, 1909 and 1935, and finally the Indian Independence Act was passed in 1947. And then next one about the Constituent Assembly evolution. So the idea was given in 1934 by M.N. Roy, and then Congress, also INC, restated this particular idea in 1935. Jawaharlal Nehru also demanded that. Then British agreed in 1940 in the form of August Offer. In 1942 they sent Cripps Mission, and in 1946 Cabinet Mission was formed. Right? And then Article 389, according to which British India, it had 297 princely states were under parts were under British India, and then 93 princely states were there. So they were represented in the Constituent Assembly, among which 292 seats for Governor Province, and then 4 Chief Commissioner Provinces were there, and 208 seats were won by for INC, and then 73 Muslim League, and 15 were from independent parties. And then the company rule was from 1773 to 1858. We'll look at them. So first one, Regulating Act 1773, Governor of Bengal was changed as the Governor General of Bengal, and Lord Warren Hastings was the first Governor General of Bengal. Supreme Court was established in Kolkata 1774, and then private trade of servants were prohibited, and then control of British government on company by the Court of Directors (COD) were formed. And then Pitt's India Act 1784, commercial and political functions were separated. Commercial affairs were taken care by Court of Directors (COD), and then political affairs were taken care by Board of Directors, Board of Control (BOC). Then system of double government was formed this way during the Pitt's India Act, and then Indian territories are called British possession of India for the first time. And then British government supreme control over companies' affairs. Then Charter Act 1833, final step towards centralization in British India. And then Governor General of Bengal as the Governor General of India. So Governor General of Bengal was converted as the Governor General of India. Then laws made under this act were called as Acts. East India Company, no more commercial body, became administrative body. Then Charter Act of 1853, separate legislative and executive functions were there. Open competition system for recruitment of civil servant, and then it extended the company's rule. For the first time introduced local representation in the Indian Central Legislative Council. Now the next one is about the Crown Rule 1858 to 1947. In that, Government of India Act 1858. So this is known as Act for Good Government of India, and the Governor General of India became the Viceroy of India, and it ended the system of double government. new office secretary of state for India was formed, and then 15-member Council of India was also formed under this particular 1858 Act. Then Indian Council Act 1861 came. So this is the beginning of representative institution. Process of decentralization began here. New legislative council were formed in Bengal, NWFP and Punjab. Then recognition to portfolio system. Portfolio system was recognized in 1861 Act, and then empowered the viceroy to issue ordinances. Then ICA 1892. Increase the number of members in the central and provincial legislative council. Power of discussing budget. Nomination of some non-official members. And then ICA 1901. Minto-Marley reforms. It increased the size of the legislative council from 16 to 60, and then for the first time provided association of Indians with the executive council of viceroy and then governors. So Indians were allowed to get in association with the viceroy council. System of communal representation was there, and separate representation of presidency, corporation, chamber of commerce, universities, zamindars were also formed. So during Minto-Marley only separate electorate formed. And the next one is Government of India Act 1919, Montagu-Chelmsford reform. It introduced hierarchy, first time introduced bicameralism and direct election. So Viceroy is Executive Council, 3 to be Indians. So in that council 3 will be Indians for sure, and extended the principle of communal representation not just to Muslims but also to other classes like Sikhs, etc. Then new office of High Commissioner for India in London was established, and then Public Service Commission was established. Separated provincial budget from the central budget. So they had two separate budgets under the 1919 Act. And then Government of India Act 1935. Region of our constitution was derived or inspired from this particular act. Establishment of All India Federation, and it abolished the diarchy in province and introduced provincial autonomy. Adoption of diarchy at center. Anyway, diarchy was prevailing at center state. It introduced bicameralism, extend the principle of communal representation, establishment of RBI. So RBI was established under this particular 1935 Act. Establishment of federal, provincial and also joint public service commission. And the last act is Government of India Act 1947, which is also known as Indian Independence Act. It ended the British rule. Partition of India happened, abolished the office of Viceroy, and Constituent Assembly adopted any constitution. They can adopt any constitution. So we formed our own constitution, right? Freedom to the Indian princely state. They can either join Indian Dominion or Pakistan. It dropped the title of Emperor of India. So all these were the changes happened in Indian Independence Act. So that's all for today. Thank you.